Can we just be fair here about this dude right now?
Okay.
Um, this is my thing about David Luiz, and it's so funny. Arsenal fans were clowning me when I said that he's not going to make your defense better. He's a quality player. He's a quality player. He's not going to make your defense better. And Arsenal fans said, "Oh my gosh, you're crying because you lost your defender." Blah blah. He's going to make us better. He's going to help us improve. I've been saying this for about over a year. David Luiz is a very talented player, a really talented player. A smart manager should have developed him as a DM because the guy would have been an amazing defensive midfielder. He would have been an amazing DM if he trained that role and he learned that role. David Luiz is a brick as a defender. He's a defensive brick. He's a defensive brick. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but the dude is a flipping defensive brick. This is what he is. As a defender, that is just what he is. It's nothing more. So I just want to get how do you rate David Luiz? That's what I want to get from you guys. And guys, keep it brief because we have a huge topic to end right now. So keeping it very brief, how do you guys rate David Luiz as a player? Abdullahi.
Wow, that's a good. For now, is he as a defender or just as a player?
Um, both as a defender
Both.
and as a
Okay.
player.
As a defender, I wouldn't rate David Lewis as a better defender. David Lewis is a better footballer player. Like he's very good on the ball. He can pass. He's very smart player. As a defender, I will never choose David Lewis as a better defender because he makes a lot of mistakes. Huge mistake, a lot. Not even before even going to Arsenal, he made a lot of mistakes. He has cost Chelsea a lot of silly mistake he does make. His decision making is poor. It's very, very poor. He's a better footballing player, like with the ball. I'm sure. I'm confident about David Luiz. If I'm playing with David Luiz is see a striker in front or a winger is gonna give him that ball. He's a very good player on the ball, but a better defender, hell no. No, I will
Okay.
never choose David Luiz as a better defender.
All right.
No. I'm sorry.
Ahmed.
As a defender, I would say lower tier 3 or unranked because he makes a lot of mistakes. And what Salah did to him, like that hurt to watch. Like
No.
to
He
watch what
gave
he
no.
did.
He gave birth to Luiz. He gave birth to it. He
Bro,
menstruated
What he
it.
does.
he ended the Arsenal career, kind of like how Udinese ended Milkor's Milan career. But whatever. We'll just move on from that.
All right. Ahmed. Okay, go. Okay. Hardcore. Milk core, hardcore, zero core, filth core, crazy core, just something core, please.
Coach Hart.
David Luiz. Oh, sorry, Coach Hardcore. All right.
Yeah, coach hardcore.
Wait. Who are you coaching, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Listen.
I'm coaching Madrid. I'm coaching Madrid.
Okay. Hardcore. Just
We
go.
don't want
Just
you.
go. Just go. Hardcore, please speak.
It
Please
hurts.
speak. Hardcore,
No
please
shame.
speak. Hardcore, please speak. Please speak.
Okay. Luis made the biggest mistake in his whole entire football career in going to Arsenal. He went from one UCL
That's fact. That's
to
fact.
zero
That's fact.
UCLs.
No, you
Fact.
see.
That makes no sense. How do you go from one UCL to zero UCL? And,
You
Hardcore, can you
UEFA.com
please just answer
merchant.
this damn question, bro?
no, and I'm getting to my point. Because he went from one UCL to zero UCL, he got embarrassed by.
He said they want
Liverpool.
ambition.
This is why he got embarrassed by Liverpool.
Wait.
because-
Hardcore, Luiz. Okay, so just a minute. Luiz, just tell me about Luiz. Please just tell me about Luiz, please.
Okay, what do you want to know about Luis?
Oh my god. Okay. Hardcore. Coach Hardcore. David Luiz. How do you rate him as a defender? How do you rate him as a player?
This guy's lost his mind.
He used to be like when he was in Chelsea. I thought he was a world class defender. Because again, I don't think he was good defensive wise, but he was a very good playmaking center back. You get what I'm trying to say? So, I don't rate him anymore because he went to a zero UCL team, and I just feel like he ended his career when he went to Arsenal. I think Arsenal is his retirement home. I'm being honest.
Okay, all right. Thanks, bro. Thank you, bro. All right, Hazem. David Luiz,
God.
man. God in heaven.
Yeah, man. David Luiz, he's just this guy just shouldn't be a defender. He made the wrong choice when he started his footballing career. He should have been a defensive midfield, creating midfielder, something like a regista,
Creating.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
regista.
man. He's very good at creating, bro. Yes. Sorry, Hazem. Carry on. Carry on.
like a regista. I don't know how. It's not a CDM, but like Jorginho type player.
Yeah.
Where you create,
Yeah, you can create,
but
bro.
have
Yeah, you can
limited
create.
defensive responsibilities because this guy's defensive ability is just it's not good enough for any top defender to play in the top tier. His defending is probably the level of the championship or something like that. If you look at solely his defending, it's just basic mistakes. He keeps on repeating every single game, even against small teams. You're just he's always too slow in the wrong positions. You see him trying to turn around with his huge hair, and it's all a mess, man. This guy, he just isn't a good enough defender. So as a defender, I would say he's top top 600 or something like that. But
Top 600.
yeah, if not less. Well, as a player, if he just made the right decision, he could have been top 30 CDM.
Okay.
Why would you end
Great
your
experience.
career at a zero UCL club? Why would you
Okay. Hardcore. Thank you. Hardcore. Thank you. Or Jujuman.
Yeah. With David Luiz, I mean, sometimes I ask myself, how did David Luiz professional as a defender? Because he's clueless defending. And this is not the first time. If you remember the game PSG against Barcelona at the Camp Nou, the corner, he didn't mark Suarez. Like he was just standing there. Suarez just scored off a corner, and David Luiz defended,
Yeah, I
stood
remember,
there
yeah.
and did nothing. So this is a culprit. This is why I give Sarri credit. I mean, he made this guy decent. He lasted an entire season. I don't know how. That's why I give a lot of credit to Sarri. And there, I mean, it was shocking because he's getting older. You would think he's getting wiser, but I mean, who makes this kind of mistake, David Luiz? He commits like the one where he's holding.
Blunder. He commit a lot
Yeah,
of blunder.
yeah,
Blunder.
commits, and it's like this is like unnecessary, and it's I mean, and for Arsenal, I mean, I don't know how someone can support Arsenal. Like you would have to
Whoa,
pay
Jujuman,
me to
excuse
watch
me. No,
Arsenal.
Jojo, come on. Jujuman, you're
Yeah.
insulting millions upon millions of Arsenal fans. Don't do that.
No, like I mean, you know, I didn't even. That was a waste of time. Like Arsenal, like that kind of defense is just one of the worst games I've seen. Like one of the worst performance from a team I've seen.
No,
That Arsenal game.
but Jujuman, in
is
fairness, they were going up
that good.
against they were going up against the Champions League winners. So let's just be real.
Yeah,
They're going up
but-
against the Champions League winners. So
But at least show some effort. Like that was just, I mean, I don't know what they were doing.
Show
But
some shame.
Credit to Liverpool. Credit to Liverpool.
okay, all right. Kadim. All right, Mane.
I mean, he's a 6 out of 10 defender, but there are a lot of them like Marcelo who can't defend for crap. But overall, his
But he's not a
career,
center back.
yeah, he's not a center back, true, but he's a left back. But I think most of what you guys said, I agree with. He's not very good defensively. I don't know if he can play a regista. His passing
Yeah, you
is
can play register. Yeah, you can play.
he's very average. That's probably why I was a defender, because he's like a moments player. He's very good offensive wise when it comes to scoring from free kicks, set pieces, and
Yeah,
corners.
you can
He's
play
a
as a
good,
register. You can play
and
as a register.
he's a little bit
Yeah, thanks,
clutch too.
Abdullah.
He's a little bit clutch too. Maybe that's how he made it so far. But I don't think he's really as bad as he claimed. I would say he's above average defensive wise, but he does make mistakes. He can get very easily exposed. But that's not just David Luiz. Most of these center backs these days, look at Sergio Ramos, how many mistakes the guy makes, and he's supposedly one of the best of all
God,
time,
don't
according
compare
to some
Ramos.
people.
The
So
greatest of all time.
it's just levels to this, really. It's like, even if you're saying David Luiz's mistakes, I think for some reason his mistakes get blown out more than other people's mistakes. They always overstate. Oh, David Luiz, terrible mistakes. It's like he's the only one that makes
Okay,
these
so
mistakes.
Mane, you don't think so? You think David Luiz is a decent defender? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, he's a decent as compared to other defenders. I don't think he's that
Like who?
far bad. Uh, think of any name really, like any Man United defender, like Lindelof. I would say he's on that similar level.
Oh,
He's a little bit worse than Otamendi. I would say. Uh, he's on the same level as the Chelsea defenders, Christensen and all that. So he's not as bad
Wait,
as
wait,
they
wait,
claim.
wait, wait, man.
Maybe
Wait,
just
wait, 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 man. Chill, chill, chill. You're saying that? Are you saying David Luiz is better than Zuma?
on the same level. Yeah, Zuma makes a lot of mistakes. He's
No,
almost just as bad as he
not like
is.
David Luiz,
That's
not like
Man,
David
that's
Luiz.
why
hey,
he was
man,
sent. He was sent. That's why he was sent
what
to
the hell are you
Stoke.
on about, bro? What?
No.
That's why he was sent to Stoke because he
Money,
makes Zuma
money,
go back. Anybody who questions, go back and watch Zuma in
money.
depth like I have. He makes a
But
ton of mistakes, and it's even shocking that he's starting for Chelsea. To be honest with you,
Okay.
but I
so,
think David
Wait,
Lewis
wait,
gets
wait,
too
wait,
much
wait, wait, wait.
criticism.
Money land your point. We're gonna move on. Money, finish your point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so David Lewis gets too much criticism, and there are a lot of defenders that are almost to his level. Supposed top names are almost to his
Okay.
level, so
All right.
people should
Okay.
just comment. Yeah.
Radical.
Yeah, David Luiz is trash, man. He's just a
thank you.
brick.
Okay.
He's just a brick. Like all of you have said, like to the point where you guys have mentioned everything that is even hard for me to even top it off. He's a brick, and he made a big mistake by going to Arsenal because you can't trust those people to do anything. Like I'm at the point where this season started, I was like, you know what, maybe Arsenal they could do something. This Liverpool game was coming. I was like, these guys are still the same bricks that they were, man. They're so disappointing. Such a trash ass team. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay.
I don't
Red.
understand why we have to put so much attention to
I
Arsenal.
I never, what's it called?
Hardcore. Shut
I
the
never,
hell up.
Give them so
Red.
much
Continue.
attention when they do nothing in Europe.
can I talk hardcore? Can I talk?
Thank you.
Wait,
Alrighty,
Red,
thank you.
Soft core. Can you just please keep quiet? Red, please go.
I'm sorry,
Ready?
Red.
I don't really rate David Luiz's defensive ability a lot, but I've always rated him as a ball playing defender. He has he's very his tackles are very very good. Like even on free kicks for those long balls from defense, which I do agree with. Like I do think it's a good signing for Arsenal still because with Emery's whole tactic, what he's trying to do with Arsenal is try to build from the back. Like like even in the build-up play, they want to like start from the back, just like the Spanish teams typically do. So having a player like Luiz there is pretty good. And I don't want to judge them based off the loss to Liverpool because let's be honest, like in the last 12 trips to Anfield, they've lost. It's probably the best out of all of them, like performance-wise. So I don't want to just like go in on David Luiz that hard because he's never been a phenomenal defender. But I think with Socrates alongside him, he'll sort of cover for him defensively and just allow David Luiz to play those balls from the back, and that would help Arsenal a lot. So he's a good defender. He's not the worst. I don't think he's anywhere near the
Oh
worst.
my
Like,
god.
he isn't. He's honestly he's pretty good defender. He's won the Champions League. He's won the Europa League. He's won a ton
Don't
of
use achievements, Red. Don't use achievements, bro. Come on. Man.
achievements, but not even achievements, but like even for Chelsea, I remember a ton of free kicks where he balled. He does have he has disaster classes. I don't want to act like he's top 15 center backs in the world. No. But he's good for what he does for Arsenal. He's good. Like for a ball playing defender, he's gonna be good for them, especially because they were like doing like budget signings almost this season. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. He's gonna be pretty good for them overall.
Okay. Saswat.
Yeah, so David Luiz obviously, yeah, I wouldn't say he's a trash defender because he's pretty good at defending crosses. He's pretty good at defending crosses. So that's one ability that I can give him as. But let's be honest, David Luiz became a defender because during that time they did not have good centre backs in Brazil. So had good centre backs in Brazil. So David Luiz was maybe one of the maybe like few who wanted to be a centre back and. But as a player, his ball retention I would say is okay. But apart from long balls, I don't think he's good at. I mean, he would like top tier one quality. I don't think apart from long balls he has that many abilities as well. So he's a okay-ish, even as a based on a player. I don't think he's that good as people make him out to be. So
Whoa.
maybe he can work as a DM.
So Saswat, you said that you wouldn't even call him like a quality player. Wait. So sorry, very quickly, Abdullahi, can you
Not
please
a
mute
tier-
yourself because we can hear your phone buzzing. So when you're not speaking, please mute yourself because I can hear your phone buzzing. Saswat. So you're saying that Luiz isn't even a quality player, just as a footballing player, just as ability wise?
As ability wise, he has obviously he has quality, but what he brings to the game when he is playing as a center back is pretty much long balls. But when he will play as a, let's just say hypothetically he will play as a DM or something, the main thing that you want from a DM is ball retention and spraying in through balls and seeing where other players are. I don't think he's good at that. I don't think he's good at seeing where the midfielders are and positioning himself. Positioning himself in the in any part of the field, he's I don't think he's that good. So yeah, I don't think he'll work as a CDM as well. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
he's
So now time for this. This is where things get